Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, Stamp with Leigh. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you so much for tuning in today for the video. Before I get started with the project, the card we'll be making today, I did want to let you know that celebration is it's second week now, and the pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes, that is a celebration item, has sold out. So this product is no longer available. So again, if there is a celebration product that you like, that you want, grab it while you can before it's gone. Supplies are limited, and when this inventory is exhausted, that's the end of that celebration item. So just please be aware of that. And also, my July PDF tutorial, it features the Paradise Palms bundle. And what that is with a $25 online purchase using a certain host code, you can receive this tutorial free. I email it to you. It has pictures, the list of products that are used, and step-by-step directions to make 5 cards. So wanted you to be aware of that. That information is at the bottom of this video on my blog. And this is the card that we'll be making today. And that is using, from the new mini catalog, it is using the Scary Cute bundle. This is the stamp set. This is the dies. And for this project, I used this, like I said, bundle from the new mini catalog, but I've also used the tailor-made tags and the rectangle stitched dies. And my inspiration for this card, I didn't have to look very far, because that is on page 56 in the mini catalog, and it's actually this right here. I saw that. I also do have the washi tape, which is so sparkly and pretty. And I was going to make the card just like that, but then I just thought, I just want to change it up a little bit. So this is what I came up with. It is a Slimline card, and the Slimline card will fit in a standard legal envelope. Stampin' Up! Does have Slimline cards. It's in the annual catalog, but I have these on hand, and that's what I use. So this is our card we're going to make today. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. And my card base is Smoky Slate. And I like, for my Slimline, I always start with a 7 by 8.5 card base, and then I score it at 3.5 inches. So I'm scored that. I'm just going to burnish that with my bone folder. My designer series paper is from the black and white. Where is that? I know it's in here. And watch, I won't be able to find the page number. Oh, there it is. It is on page 55 in the catalog, and it's the black and white designs, designer series paper. That's a tongue twister for me. And this piece of cardstock is just 3 by 8. All of the dimensions for the products that we're using for this card, again, will be listed below this video. So very simple. Going to attach my designer series paper to my card base. And hopefully I'll be able to get it centered pretty good. Every day's a challenge. So that looks pretty good. So card base, we'll set that aside. I've already stamped Frankie, and I stamped him in Parakeet Party. Is that what I think that's the name. Yep, Parakeet Party. I still don't know the names of the new the new ink colors. That's terrible. So next I have a piece of basic black cardstock. I have already used the Embossing Buddy, and I'm glad to say the Embossing Buddy is back in the catalog, and it comes with a kit. And again, I don't know the page that's on because I've had my Embossing Buddy forever. Page 49. So let's see where that is in here. Yep. It is this right here, and it's the Embossing Editions Toolkit. So what that is you have a little tray where you can apply your embossing powder to that. I have mine in a large container. Some people use the a coffee filter, but it has the Embossing Buddy. It has the tray. It has a pair of tweezers, and it also has a brush. And I have my own tweezers that I use, and I have my own just paintbrush that I use to get rid of stray embossing powders, if I happen to see them. So we are using Versamark ink because I'm going to use white embossing powder. And I was thinking of doing this ahead of time, but so that you wouldn't hear the noise from the heat tool, but I didn't. I'm just going to do this on camera with you now. And I want to show you a little trick that I learned from another demonstrator. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want to put the embossing powder on dark cardstock, the Early Espresso, Basic Black, Night of Navy, because it's like you can kind of see it. And I've got a little trick to show you for that. So I've got my white embossing powder. I'm just going to coat that. Tap off. Flick off the extra. I don't see any strays, so that's good. Now I'm going to get my heat tool, and I might be moving this off camera. I like to do my heat embossing underneath a light, and my light is to the right. But you always want to make sure that you let your heat tool heat up before you start using it. It just seems to work better. Okay, that's it for our heat tool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit and cool off. I mean, the heat embossing, it's embossed. That's not going anywhere. But I want the cardstock to cool off in a sense. And then I'm going to show you how I get rid of the excess embossing powder. But in the meantime, we're going to take Frankie, and I've got my little Stampin' Cut Emboss Mini off to the side here, and I'm going to die cut this using that. So I'm going to get that set up, crank that through, and that was cut out with the stitch rectangle die. So there's Frankie. Okay, this is cooled off, and I just take a microfiber towel. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. I think you get 2 or 3 of them for now, $1.25. But I just sort of rub and buff it with this. If you try to use a paper towel, you'll get the paper fuzzies on here, especially on your darker cardstock. So I just rub and buff this, and now my embossing powder's gone. Oh, Tailor Tag die. So now I'm going to, again, run this through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. like that there. Top plate on there, make my sandwich. Or as my children said when they were little, sandwich. So crank that through. This all out of the way. And again, if you see any fuzzies, I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but there are some paper fuzzies on there. Just wipe it off with your microfiber towel. Okay, next, before I start attaching this, my ribbon is the black and white gingham ribbon, but as you can see on my card, it's green. So if you didn't know this trick, you can use your blends, and I've already started coloring some of it, but you can use your blends to color your ribbon. And I did both sides just to make sure I got it on there. And this will dry. It does make it a lot stiffer, which sometimes makes it easier to tie your bow, but I'm just going to set that aside just to make sure it's completely dry. So what I'm going to do is just start assembling my little tag here. And I'm going to, you know what? I added, if you can see, Wink of Stella to my bats, which I have those off camera, and I've already added my Wink of Stella. I think I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to Frankie. Let's see what he looks like with some Wink of Stella on him. Just now thought of that. Give him a little bit of shine. See which way we like it. Some more Wink of Stella in the barrel. And you just do that by pressing, squeezing on the barrel. I think I like that. Sparkly Frankie. Okay, Wink of Stella dries instantly. And I didn't like the first one I stamped. So again, that's why there's two sides to cardstock. If you don't like what you've stamped on one side, flip it over and stamp it again. Okay, so we'll get Frankie onto our tag. And then again, I am going to use my black dimensionals, put my tag onto my card. As you're going to see, I use every bit of my dimensionals. Just rip borders around the edges and everything else. So let's get this tag on our card. We will add, I'll make a bow. Hopefully it will turn out live and I won't be remaking it 3 or 4 times. So we're gonna get our tag on here. Bow. Let's see if we can get this to turn out. No guarantees. I always have summit classes that always ask me to take pity on them, and they're like, would you please make my bow? I'm like, sure. I remind them that practice makes perfect. Okay, now let's see if I can get that off my finger. It came out pretty good. Oh, there's the days I even amaze myself. I'm going to stick our bow on with a glue dot. It's going to go right there. And I have it, I don't know why I fuss with the bow afterwards, because you're going to put it in the envelope, stick it in the mail, it's going to get all smushed up anyway. I grab my snips and trim the ends on the bow. Okay, that's done. And then now I'm just going to bring in, these are my bats. And I've got this die cut. I added my Wink of Stella. I used my mini black dimensionals, the little teeny tiny ones. I will add liquid adhesive, liquid glue. And I even cut one of the minis in half to put on the, I guess, medium. I guess you would call him a medium-sized bat. It's not one of the little teeny tiny ones. It's smaller than the large one. So let's see where we want some bats. Put him there. Let's get some liquid glue. And our little bats. I know I can't pick those bat babies up, so I'm just going to use my tweezers. And let's see, we'll put you there. Get this one on. You there. Let's put you here. Stick you. Where do I want to put you? And put you there. And then we get the last one. Get my dimensionals off. We're going to put you at the bottom. So that's it. That's now, you know what? I want to trim this just a little bit more. That's it. This is the one that we just made today. This is the one that I had made up before, and basically it's the same card. I just decided on this one to add some Wink of Stella to Frankie, and I think I like him like that, so I might add that onto this later on. But again, I just wanted to make you aware that, you know, go through the mini catalog, the annual catalog. Yes, it's showcasing all the new product, all the wonderful product that we have, but it is loaded with ideas and suggestions. Go through, if there is a layout you like, you don't particularly have that stamp set or the dies, or even that designer series paper. If there's something you like, go through your stash, see what you have, how can you modify it, how can you make it work for you. So again, this is a wonderful, wonderful resource on helping you to be creative and making cards and having fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.